If you want to learn how to use Robinhood in the next 5 minutes, follow along. So first things first, just pull out your phone. We're going to download the Robinhood app, sign up for an account, and I'll walk you through those steps. And we're even going to place your first trade, and I'll show you a couple other cool things inside the app. So as you can see on my screen here, I'm just going to the App Store. So whether this is an Android phone, you go to Google Play, or if it's an Apple, just go to the Apple App Store, just type in Robinhood. So once you start typing, you'll see Robinhood right at the top there, and then you'll see the app. So it'll say download or get, something like that. And I've got this little cloud icon because I've already downloaded it in the past. So I'm just going to click on that. Once the app downloads, we're going to sign up for a new Robinhood account. All right, now that the app is downloaded, we're just going to hit the open button here, and it should say log in or sign up, and we're going to hit sign up. So now we're going to create a new account. So to sign up for an account, think of it like signing up for a bank account. You're going to put an email address, create a password, but you're also going to need to provide some personal information. So I'm just going to put a test email address in here. Okay, after you put the password in, you're going to have to start providing your personal information. So I'm just going to put a few things here on screen. But basically, you need to provide your name, your address, your date of birth, and even your social security number. Now, the reason for this is IRS and SEC regulations. For tax purposes, you have to provide this information just like you would when you open a bank account. So once you put your name in, it's going to ask to verify your identity. There are several ways it can do this. So you would just hit continue, put your phone number in, again, address. We're going to put all of those things in. So I'm going to skip through this part. So basically just fill out the information and then you're going to submit your application. All right, once you've created your account and you log in, you're going to see the home screen. First thing you need to do is actually connect a bank account so you can fund your Robinhood brokerage account and then start investing. So in the bottom right-hand corner, hit the little guy, and in the upper left-hand corner, hit the 3 bars. You're going to go to transfers. My security settings on my phone won't let me show you my personal bank information, but what you're going to do once you hit transfers, you're going to hit deposit, and you're going to pick an amount. Pick some amount that you want to start with. If it's your first time trading, it could be even $10, $15, $20. Not a big deal. So if I do $10 here and hit continue, it's going to ask me to choose which account it is from. And this is where you would add a bank account. So if I hit add an account on the screen here, I can either do it by debit card or by bank account. Now, debit card does it instantly, but the transaction clears after a couple of days. Or if you do by bank account, it will take 4 to 5 business days. But either way, pick one of those and select the account. Put your account information in there. It's going to be your bank account and your routing number. Once that's in there and you confirm the transactions, you're going to have to wait for the money to actually hit your account. All right, if we go back to the home screen here, we can now start investing. So you're going to tap the search icon at the very top of the screen here. And this is your gateway to the entire market. Over 5,000 stocks, ETFs, and more are all searchable by company name or ticker symbol. So for example, today, let's look up the company Micron, M-I-C-R-O-N, or ticker symbol MU. And once you type it into the search bar, you could just tap on it. Now it's going to give you some information about it. So you'll see right away, here's the current stock price. And you can see it actively changing on the screen here. And we can zoom out to that. Right now we're looking at the 1-day price, but if we hit 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, you can kind of see how the price has changed over time, up or down. And again, if it's down, it would be red. If it's up, it's turned green. Now I will say, don't read too much into the 1-day, 1-week price when you're first starting to invest. Make sure you zoom out a little bit and look at the overall trend of the actual stock. Now, if you scroll down a little bit more, you're going to see the About section. This actually gives you company information on the stock that you're looking to invest in. So for Micron, they make memory chips and data storage products. They're a major player in the semiconductor industry and a big beneficiary of the AI build-out happening right now. And don't worry, we'll come back to that in just a few minutes when we actually do our research walkthrough after this demo. But you can see the details here. You can also scroll down and see some information like the trading volume, the open price, the market cap of the actual company itself. You could see today's low price. You could see the 52-week low price. Lots of data and information that can help you research the stock better. And then finally, if you scroll down, you'll see some news stories. What's going on with Micron? What's going on with the stock, right? You can see some details. They even have analyst ratings built in. So all this stuff is built right into here. But I want to be clear about something here. I want to show you how this works mechanically, but this is not investment advice, and I'm not telling you to buy Micron stock today. We're just using it as an example to learn the platform. So whether or not a specific stock is right for you is a decision you have to make after doing your research. So with that said, here's how buying works. All right, so let's say you want to actually invest in Micron stock. You want to buy some. So you're going to hit the trade green button right at the bottom here. And you'll see a few options pop up, but you're going to hit the buy button. Now, what you'll notice is by default, you have to buy shares of Micron stock. It says buy MU, and it's $427.92, right? It's actively changing here. But if you don't have enough, let's say you want to buy 5 shares worth, you need $2,100 just to buy 5 shares. It'll tell me right away, sorry, you need to deposit $2,100 or you need to do something else. So what you're going to want to actually do is go into the upper right-hand corner here and hit shares, and you're going to say buy in dollars. This allows you to buy what are called fractional shares. So you don't have to buy one whole share of Micron. You could buy a fractional share. So if we just want to do $10 worth, you could see that we're buying 0.02338 shares of Micron stock. Finally, all you got to do to execute this trade once you've got the exact amount you want is just swipe up. Done. It's sending the order in, and now it's going to purchase that many shares of Micron stock. All right, that's it. You just sign up for an account, put some money into it, hit the trade button, and buy what you need. Now, selling on Robinhood is very similar, and I want to show you how that works. So let's just search Micron stock once again. So Micron Technology is right there in my recent searches. And let's say I want to trade. And now that I own Micron stock, you can see I can sell it. So if I hit the sell button here, you can see how much I have available to sell. So it's already dropped 2 cents. And if I hit sell all, I'm going to get about $9.97. And I go quickly swipe up to submit that trade. Done and done. It really is that easy on Robinhood. Okay, once you've bought a stock, where do you find it? Well, if you go right back to your home screen here on Robinhood, you can go down to the stocks and ETF section and just click on stocks and ETFs. Scroll down and you'll see your holdings. Right now, again, I own 0.023384 shares of Micron stock, but you can also see the trade history. You can go down, you can see that I owned a stock and then I sold it, and then I bought some Micron, and you can see the value of that stock over time. And then, of course, you can kind of look at your portfolio and how it's happened over different time frames right in this stocks and ETFs section. So that's how you get started on Robinhood. There's one more feature I want to show you here on the homepage. If you scroll down, you'll see something called lists. Now, there's a small list here I have of certain stocks. I called it my first list, and it's just, tech stocks that I was following. And so I just added those to my list. The idea is to create a list that helps you organize and watch what you're considering investing in. So if I create a list here and I hit create watch list, I can just put in certain stocks into this list. So maybe I want to call this tech stocks, right? So I put tech stocks and then I create the list. Once I create the list, I can start adding different things to this list. So it says find products. I'm going to open this up, and let's say I want to put Tesla in there, and I want to put in NVIDIA. So I'll put NVIDIA. Boom. And then maybe I want to put in Microsoft as well. And then maybe I want to put in Apple as well. And so now those are on my list. And now when I go back out, boom, there's my tech stocks list. And of course, I can see that again on the home screen under my lists. So I've got tech stocks and I've got first list here. And then we can just kind of look at those. And then I can just use these lists to keep an eye on certain sectors of the market or things that I'm interested in, like dividend stocks or ETFs. Anything I just want to keep an eye on. Now, before I continue, we've used our quant rating system to locate 3 stocks that we believe could double or more in the coming year. To access this free report, either click the link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen right now. Let's continue. All right, and that's the quick tutorial on how to use Robinhood as a beginner. You should be able to sign up for an account, trade your first stock, and track your portfolio in just a few taps. Now, while Robinhood provides some financial information and news about stocks on the platform itself, it doesn't actually tell you if a stock is worth buying or not. Robinhood can't tell you whether the stock is overvalued or undervalued. It doesn't tell you whether the company's earnings are growing or shrinking, and it doesn't tell you what the analysts are actually doing over time, whether they're raising or lowering their estimates. And it doesn't give you a risk rating or a quality score at all, which means if you're new to this platform, you could buy the most popular stock right there on the app today and lose 40% of your money if the fundamentals don't support the actual price of that stock. And unfortunately, that happens to beginners all the time. And not because they're using the app wrong, but because they didn't research the stock before they actually bought it. So the question is, if it's not in the app, where would you get that research? Especially as a beginner and somebody that doesn't have 30 years of Wall Street experience. And that's where WallStreetZen comes in. And honestly, this is the tool I use before I touch the buy button on anything. So I want to show you exactly how this works right here on my phone. I'm going to use Micron Technology, ticker MU, the same stock we use in our Robinhood demo. And this way you can see how these two tools can actually work together. So you'd go to wallstreetzen.com like you see on the screen here, And there's a link in the description. If you want to find it, just click the link, bookmark it. You're going to use this a lot because it's a very simple stock research tool. And I'm going to go to the search stocks tab here and just type in MU, or you can type in Micron and the stock will pop up. And when I click on this, it's going to load some information about Micron technology. And so if I scroll down, of course, you're going to see the chart and you're going to see the price, but the most important thing you're looking for is called the Zen rating. Now, the Zen rating gives it a simple letter grade, A through F, just like school, and it's based on an analysis of 115 different factors across the company's fundamentals. Think of it like a report card for the stock itself. So an A just means that it's in the top 5% of all 4,600 stocks the model analyzes. B means top 20%, and so on. And so you're looking for A-rated stocks. As you can see right here, Micron is a strong buy as an A-rated stock. And if you scroll down, you're going to see this in section called the component grades. This is very important. This tells you how the rating stacks up in the different components of the stock itself. So we measure value, we measure growth, we measure momentum, we measure sentiment. You could see safety here, financials, and artificial intelligence, an AI factor. And so what happens is bringing all of those together, we rank that, and then we compare it against the rest of the industry. And as you can see here, if I scroll down, in the industry, the semiconductor industry, Micron is rated a B, but Micron is ranked number 1 out of all 65 companies that are being analyzed here. So it is definitely one of the highest rated semiconductor stocks on this list. So here's how you can use these tools in practice. Now, before you buy any stock on Robinhood or any platform, you're going to pull up WallStreetZen first. 2 minutes, it's all it takes, and just search the stock. And if it has an A or B overall Zen rating, that's a green light worth considering. You've got a quant model in your corner. If it's a C or D or even an F rating, you should probably ask yourself why you want to own this stock, because the data isn't really supporting it. And again, make sure you look at the component grades. So if growth is strong, but safety is really weak, that tells you something about the risk of this stock. If sentiment is an A, meaning analysts are actively raising estimates, that historically is one of the strongest forward-looking signals in the model. So just think of it this way. Robinhood is where you execute the trade, but WallStreetZen is where you decide if it's worth making. And here's the best part. Zen Ratings is free. You can see I just pulled it right up here on the website. You don't need a paid subscription to see the overall rating and the component grades for any of the 4,600 stocks on the platform. So just go to WallStreetZen.com. Again, link is going to be in the description below. Look up the stock you're considering, and you'll have more insight in 2 minutes than most people have after an hour of random Googling and asking ChatGPT. Again, links in description. So we covered how to use Robinhood and set up your account from scratch, how to find and buy a stock right on the app. It's simple as a couple of taps and a swipe. You know how to invest with fractional shares. You know how to track your portfolio. But most importantly, you actually know how to research a stock on something like WallStreetZen before you ever hit the buy button on any stock. That's a complete investing workflow, and it's all free. Again, the link to open your Robinhood account is in the description below. When you sign up through that link, you could get a free stock worth up to $200. And WallStreetZen.com is right there in the description too. So if you use those tools together, you're going to be ahead of the game. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what's the first stock you're considering buying. Have you done some research on it? What do you think about it? What do you like about it? We'd love to know how you're going to use the Robinhood app for the first time. And if you like this video, if you like me breaking things down and showing you how to use it, just hit the like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people with this type of content. And if you hit the subscribe button below, you'll make sure that you do not miss a video, and make sure you hit that little notification bell because it'll alert you every time we post a new video on this channel. Again, thank you for watching this. It already puts you ahead of 90% of the people who talk about investing but never actually start. So I'm excited for you to go take action, and I'll see you in the next video.